I think I have a problem with learning about people too deeply on the internet and then making videos about the information I learned so that we can all learn these things together as a family and as a union. And you guys are my family, right? Prove you're my family. We're trying to get 300,000 subscribers by the end of June. But outside of proving you're my family and being a part of my coalition, let's talk about our favorite person on the internet, Timber Sperry. Wait, you probably don't know who Timber Sperry is. Timber Sperry is I don't want to describe this, TikTok's baby reindeer. The best way I can describe it. TikTok's baby reindeer. So Timber Sperry was obsessed with this guy named Dylan Sperry, who gave her a little bit of validation, and she became wildly obsessed with him. She is in wild limerence with him, and limerence is the, I guess, infatuation phase of what love is supposed to be. So she's wildly obsessed with this one guy. Now, he has made this public statement.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I'm alive. I'm okay. Thank you for all of your concern and your support during this. And thank you to everyone who reached out to make sure that I was okay and that I wasn't in any danger. Apologize if I didn't answer your message. I've been very overwhelmed over the past 48 hours trying to manage this situation. I have to be very careful about what I say to protect myself legally. I was a life skill specialist or a direct support professional for a company working with people with special needs. And this person was a client to this company. This person, I believe, overheard a conversation I was having with one of her roommates discussing rock and roll music and talking about my band, and found my band, and through that links to my Facebook and my social media accounts, and kind of ran with it. I'm not going to elaborate any further on this situation regarding this person. I don't want to feed it. I think feeding it will only cause it to continue. This person has a pattern of posting extreme things on the internet for attention. So please do not harass or bully this person. If you can, avoid contact with this person. And on a personal note, if you see anything regarding my daughter, if you see anything deemed as a threat, I would greatly appreciate it if you would record that video or save it or send it to my band's page, so that way we can save it and I can continue building a file so that I may protect myself. I won't elaborate on what I'm doing legally to protect myself. I won't elaborate on the company that I worked for, and I won't elaborate on this person, what's going on with them, their diagnosis, anything.
So naturally, he is very horrified of what this person can do and how scary they are stalking him. And she responded to this video specifically. I posted this in my last video, but I want to give people that haven't seen my last video an update on how she is as a person. Please note that he is addressing very serious concerns about his safety and fearing for his safety. And this was the response that Timber Sperry had in response to him making this video.
Anyways, so I just felt the need to say something. Is the fact that that flower in Dylan's video is literally for me. So I don't really care about what none of you fucking hoes on TikTok have to say. Like, 90,000 people love him for me, and I love him for me. Honestly, actually, over 1.2 million people love Dylan for me. So, I personally don't care what you guys have to say about me or my man. But that flower, though, I literally, just had chills, run through my body. And, I almost just started crying. You guys can see, the tears in my eyes right now. I really freaking miss him, guys. Like, I really do. And honestly, also not to mention, but I think our hands are literally the same size. Wait, let's see. OMG. OMG! I'm literally, okay. He's like bigger than me, but like, wait, hold on, wait, let's do it like this.
Obviously somebody that is off her gourd, off her rocker, and off her bean. Now, you would assume after immense backlash that maybe she would calm down over the past few days, and I was thinking that maybe after many people were making videos about her that she'd calm down, but this has merely emboldened her search for new and inflammatory ways to continue to harass this man named Dylan. So she now has a wedding announcement plan for the entirety of what's going on here. She has now planned a whole wedding announcement based around Dylan Sperry and her getting married. Now, her name is not Timber Sperry. Her last name is actually Timber Bowman. She has a Facebook where she goes through and talks about things and going on and goes live on it, and she is currently in the psych ward. People were concerned that she wasn't posting that much because she wasn't talking about her wedding announcement, but they found her second page where she has made a wedding announcement. We're going to look at that wedding announcement right now.
Guys, I wanted to come on here and make another wedding announcement. Is you guys agreed, well, we all agreed that we would prefer for you guys to bring food instead of gifts. Like a potluck, almost like a big giant cookout.
Not even a bad idea. I'd love it if I could have a potluck for my wedding. That actually saves me a lot on money and cost. She's actually a genius for thinking of that strategy. I'm actually down with her idea for having a potluck instead of actually bringing gifts, so we can all just bring food together. It could be a big mukbang for everybody. So naturally, everybody on the internet is invited to the wedding. I'm happy we're all going to go up there collectively. It's going to be fun for all of us. You guys ready to go to this wedding? Because I am.
But when you guys bring food, make sure that you label everything, like the ingredients, like even make sure that red 40 is even labeled, because what if there's people with allergies, you know what I mean? Like there's like garlic, bananas, onions, cloves, chives, kiwi, strawberries, anything, whipped cream, red 40, whatever.
No, she's very health conscious. I gotta appreciate the health consciousness of Timber Sperry. Making sure you label everything in the ingredient labeling is very important. So I'll actually send it out to a lab to make sure everything gets coalesced and we can all figure out all the ingredients. I'm gonna bring steak. There's not much ingredients in steak. If you're gonna come, could you probably get a vegetable platter? I think we could probably go for a vegetable platter. That'd be great for all of us coming to the wedding for Timber Sperry. Just bring a vegetable platter if you could, please.
Like, see if there's strawberry cream cheese. So you want to put cream cheese, strawberries, cheesecake crust. You know, like, make sure you label everything. Like, even if you make chili or something of those natures, chili beans, kidney beans, red beans, green chilies, like, make sure you mark everything on a label and have it onto what you brought. Because I have families with food allergies, like pineapples is a high food allergy for us, kiwis high food allergy for us, bananas high food allergies for us, bees high food, like, which actually my brother might be allergic to honey because he never eats honey, so I wonder if he's allergic to honey because he's allergic to bees, because he doesn't eat honey at all. Like, his body stays away from it. And my mom doesn't eat honey either.
So just be ready for the Dylan Sperry wedding announcement that's going on here. So she has stated, and it's like 10 minutes of her just rambling about how we're going to have a wedding party, by the way. I'm not going to force you to sit through the 10 minutes of her explaining that, but she still is on the mindset of, yes, we're going to have a wedding for Dylan Sperry and her. And I'm just excited to go to the wedding. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, realistically. But did you know, outside of this, she actually has a sneaky link. Now, this is important. She has a sneaky link. So let's talk about the sneaky link that she is saying that she's having. She met up with him recently while in the psych ward. So it must be maybe staff or somebody else. And I'm just happy she has somebody else besides Dylan. And that's just amazing. I don't know what's going on here, but it is very important to note that she does have a sneaky link outside of Dylan Sperry, who she is stalking and harassing.
Sorry that I look like a hot mess, but my sneaky link just gave me a real good time. These are his shoes. Hey, Bookie. Want to come back over tonight? He told me I could have his shoes.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused here. Is this just the rest of the video? Oh my god, that's the rest of the video. I'm almost impressed, disgusted, and baffled. I would be even more impressed if we didn't see these shoes in a previous video of hers that isn't even close to this one. We've already seen these shoes. These are her shoes. These are her shoes. I don't know why we're acting like there's somebody else's shoes. They're her shoes. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, who is this mythic person? Who's this mythic person? Well, we actually figured that out real fast. We actually found the guy. You guys want to see the guy who's her sneaky link? Oh, this is going to be great for you guys. Observe this. Just observe this, please.
Basically, you guys are literally blowing me up about my freaking sneaky link. This is honestly so freaking ridiculous. Like, I am so, like, happy that you guys care that much about my sneaky link. His name is also Dylan, by the way. Like, I know that this is a little ironically weird. And his last name also starts with the letter S, and he also has long blonde hair. And he also has a lot of freaking tattoos. Like,
hey guys, I just want to say this to Timber. You can piss on my head, just don't tell me it's raining. You know what I mean? You can't BS me for so long. And I'm just so curious to see this guy. I just gotta know what he looks like, what he sounds like. Hell, tell me what he smells like. Just let me know. I just want to know what he is. Just let me know, guys. Just let me know.
A lot of freaking tattoos, by the way. Like, a lot of them. They're so freaking cool. And, like, he asked me, he was like, would you ever leave Dylan Sperry for me? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I would not. So that's basically why he left. And he was like, I would pay you, but he didn't bring his money, so he wasn't able to pay me. So he was like, but I'll give you my shoes instead. And I was like, that's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm getting married to Dylan anyways.
Pay you for what exactly? I'm a little bit confused about the payment part. It actually caught me a little bit off guard. Are you offering provocative services for the form of payment? Are you perhaps admitting to, I don't know, selling your body for money? I'm not quite sure what's going on. Why is the shoes payment? Is this some bartering exchange? Are we using Amish village levels of bartering? Is that what's happening? Have we gone back to the Mesozoic era of trading and bartering before gold coins? I don't know what that means. I'm a little bit confused by what that statement means, Timber. But I'll let you continue, because obviously there's more information and we still haven't actively heard the guy, because we're going to hear the guy in this video. So I'd like to hear the guy in the video. So let's go ahead and go back to it.
So I don't need any money from no hoe. So I just decided to take the offer and take his shoes. It was honestly so fine, and like, it was just so good, guys. Like, so good. We haven't even started yet. He just got here. And he's in the bathroom right now. But, you know. Like, look. Watch, I'll show you guys. Hey, Dylan. Dylan, come here, Dylan.
Hello? Yo, what's up? What's up? My name's Dylan Sperry, guys. What's up?
Now, this is interesting. And call me crazy. You can call me insane. The guy sounds surprisingly, and I do mean surprisingly, a lot like Timber. Now this is odd. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm thrown for a loop. But if I open my ears, maybe comment below and let me know if you guys hear a little bit of Timber in that. Maybe they're soulmates and they're so tied together that maybe they have the same kind of cadence and inflection on their voices. Maybe that's what's going on there. And maybe I'm just stupid. I could just be dumb. And maybe I'm just an idiot. But let me know if I'm crazy in the comments down below, because maybe I'm just insane. But let's go ahead and listen to more of this video, because it's so enticing to me what this guy sounds like.
That's my wife right there. That's my wife. See? I told you guys. Like, I told you guys, like, can't be any more delusional. Honestly, couldn't be any more delusional. But anyways, the dick was good. The dick was good. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, just like everything. But just so good. Oh, also, by the way, shout out to Dylan Sperry, my husband, my hubby. I'm letting my nails grow. Woo, woo, woo. But anyway, I have no idea why I just did that. That was just like my intrusive thoughts by looking at these nails. But anyways, I'm just so worn out from our good time. And we also watched a bunch of love movies. And look, I'm literally still wearing his shoes, by the way. He's just so fine. Like, Dylan actually bought me these. He was like, I'm just gonna wear them, because he had, like, slides in his truck. So, yeah. I was like, wow, just shoes? Okay. That shit actually pissed me off. Like, give me my money. If you're gonna waste my time, at least give me my money.
So many contradicting and confusing things going on here that are absolutely baffling to my little inebriated brain that really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. That's right, I'm inebriated because I'm getting drunk from the information that I'm getting right now. I'm getting absolutely just flabbergasted and just smecklegaunt by all the info I'm getting from Timber Sperry. But naturally, obviously know nothing, because this sneaky link is a real thing. It's a real thing that's happening here. Let's go back to the sneaky link and learn more about this person. I thought we'd at least, I don't know, see the person or something, right? But we just heard a snippet of the guy's voice. Let's go back to the sneaky link, if we could, please.
Like, are you serious? Like, you know you just a hoe. You're not even my husband. You're not Dylan Sperry. You're just Dylan. And now I'm just happening to deal with it, you know, so made a map inside of my...
So her audio cut off right about there, but let's actually entertain this for 2 seconds, right? Let's entertain this for 1 second. If she was, you know, actively going after Dylan Sperry in some capacity and just admitting to a sneaky link in some capacity with the same name Dylan, seems a little bit odd. It doesn't seem very faithful. I don't think the person is very faithful. I don't think Timber is very faithful to Dylan in any capacity. It just feels strange to say you want to be with Dylan and then have another Dylan on the side saying your sneaky link is good. I'm not sure why you would even make this video saying you're actually getting, you know, actually some phallic sausage inside of your gullet and your purple starfish going down there going crazy in your grease caves, if you're not actually getting something crazy. You're not getting your hog tied twisted. It seems a little bit odd to say that your ground squirrel is getting excavated by an actual, you know, cave dweller. It just seems strange to do that. Is that odd? Shows you're unfaithful. It doesn't really show that Dylan would actually like you in any capacity, because you're just being unfaithful in some strange way. It's just odd to do so. But she has specifically requested that we send a specific video to Dylan Sperry.
That I don't really understand. And yes, I'm actually heated. Like, I'm to the heated, guys. I'm to the heated. So make sure that you tag my husband, Dylan Sperry, up into this, because F you, mother trucker. I'm sick and freaking tired of you, honestly, because what do you mean you're the vape lost in the couch cushion? I can't find it. Honey, I never stole your vape. I never stole your fucking vape. But anyways, since it was for me, I am so happy that you've left a little hidden gem for me in the couch that you somehow can't find. Oh yeah, by the way, I know who has that vape. by the way. So if you really want to know who has that vape, you can DM me. I will tell you who has the vape.
Does anybody know what she's talking about? I'm serious. I don't understand this video at all. I just clicked on it simply by virtue. It says, send this to my man Dylan Sperry. Anybody have any clue what she's rambling on about? I don't know. This goes on for 10 minutes, by the way. I don't know what she's 10 minutes of this. I'm confused. Maybe we can decipher what's going on here. Who's vape? What is a vape? Did somebody actually lose a vape? What's happening? Did we lose the plot? Has she gone off the gourd? Has she lost her rocker? I'm not sure. But people are showing a bit less interest in these Dylan Sperry videos, and she's running out of stuff to talk about. So just note that, please, because this is very confusing to me. Why would I send this to Dylan Sperry? Does he know about the vape? Does he know? I'm not going to send this to him, by the way, because he specifically asked for not to be involved with this. It seems to be horrifying to antagonize this man. I don't want to antagonize you at all either, Timber, but you're confusing me. Please be coherent, at least a little bit, in the nonsense that you're saying to me. I would like a little bit of coherency, if we could, please.
Bitch. But anyways, I'm a little toxic. I love you. He literally made this post January 26th at 9:31 a.m. But let me just give you guys a little what happened, right? So I keep on having like this spiritual vision. Like, duh, I'm literally that spiritual that I know when somebody's trying to leave something behind for me. And I was just like, a vape? A literal vape. Like, you can't give me something the fuck special. Just a fucking vape. But anyways, and it was really pissing me off. So I knew that he was gonna leave it there. Okay, I knew. And I didn't take it because I was like, yeah, no. He's literally way more than just a fucking vape to me. Why would I take his fucking vape? Like, are you serious? Like, honey, do you see how cute I am? Bookie, I buy my own vapes. Yeah.
This is about somebody leaving a vape, I believe. I've watched this video 5 times, and I promise you, it's just this for 10 minutes. I'm not going to force you to sit through that. That seems a little bit insane. But let's stop talking about the Dylan Sperry stuff for a moment, because a second plane has hit the towers, guys. A second plane has hit. We got to talk about the Steve Wilkos saga.
Not to mention, but he also said that he was going to say basically how I wanted it for him to cuddle with me. And he basically said how I would enjoy him practically trying to grape me. He was trying to mind control me into wanting it, so I would blank him, and then so he could basically have me convinced that I wanted that to happen.
Now, you may be confused and a little bit thrown asunder and astray by what's going on here. So this is going to be interesting. She released a 5-part series about this whole thing that happened previously with her and her mom's boyfriend. It was pretty intense and pretty horrifying. We're going to sit through all of that. I will be interjecting ever so slightly to give a little bit of commentary. I do want to state this right now. It is very important to believe victims, and I think that this did happen, that it is very horrifying. But she has been known to make up a lot of stories and make up a lot of things, so it's very hard to believe her about this specifically, because she seems to be doing this to get in contact with Steve Wilkos. If you don't know Steve Wilkos, he has a Steve Wilkos show. It's kind of like Dr. Phil or Maury. It's kind of like a thing where you do drama on the show. It's a bit like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. I have a better idea. I'm going to do us all a favor. I'm going to put this at 1.5 times speed, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards. I'm going to chapter the video, so if you want to get the full story, I'm going to keep it at 1.5 times speed, because it's a lot of just... I've listened to it 7 times at this point, and it is basically just... It's horrifying. So I'm gonna let you, if you want to listen to it, go crazy. I'm gonna literally put the chapters in the bottom. You can skip around if you want to. Please enjoy this part of a very traumatic moment of her life. Please enjoy.
So guys, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but this is an image of me from when I was a little girl. This is around like the second time Gerald, aka Daniel Kelly's husband, Gerald Kelly. Daniel Kelly is my mother, by the way. But this is around the second to third time that Gerald has put himself into my life without me being okay with it. Basically, the first time Gerald had decided to put himself into my life, I was in about daycare, I believe. He literally bullied me so badly to the point that my daycare teacher decided to literally abuse me. Okay? She decided to literally grab me by my hair, grab me by my arms, and we would be literally the only two people inside of the classroom. And also, by the way, I also did get switched classrooms. This disrespectful AB of a woman, did get fired. She would literally like cuss at me, slap my hands, slap my mouth, slap my head, pull my hair, slam me down on the beanbag, all that kind of stuff because of Gerald. And at this point, mind you, I'm actually living in an apartment complex called Castlewood. Mind you, here's a little backstory on Gerald Kelly. He's actually disowned from his family. He's actually named after somebody that's not even his biological dad. That guy literally disowned him because he started acting up so badly in Chicago that literally the cartels are wanting to Gerald. Okay. So the mom disowned him. Something had happened to the mom where she had ended up going to like prison for a while, I believe. And then Gerald was like adopted by like either an aunt or a cousin or something of those natures. And I'm scared AF. I'm actually scared AF of Gerald. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, this is why I keep on trying to put my story out there. And, basically some weird stuff had went down. And then fast forward a couple of years later, I'm in around the first or the second grade at Jefferson Elementary School. Gerald is somehow there. And at this point, Gerald is about, I don't really know how old he is. I think he's like 6 to 7 years older than me because that's what he had told me when I was a kid. And when I was about 13, he was about 18 years old. So if you guys can do the math, then go for it, okay? From when I was in the first grade, however old he would have been while I was in the first grade. I don't even know how old I would have been in the first grade, maybe like 5 or 6 years old, okay? But anyways, fast forward, I see this same mother trucker, Gerald. And I will always, always, always remember the man that threatened to emder me. If I ever told anyone about anything that he's ever said or done to me growing up my whole entire life. Also, not to mention, that same day, he literally decided to tell me that I look like a blank-a-toot because I was wearing a dress as a first grader, sitting crisscross applesauce with my dress down, covered above my knees, like down the knees and tucked under my legs or whatever. Yeah, he literally told me that I looked like a blank-a-toot. Told me that he would enjoy eating a sucker out of my you-know-what. Literally told me, he was like, in the future, this is why I ended up taking this picture, because I was about like 6 or 7 in this picture. He was like, in the future, you're gonna be pregnant, nobody's gonna believe you, I'm gonna have you disowned like I'm disowned from the south side of Chicago, I'm gonna basically blank you and your whole family. And he was literally telling me how he's literally is disowned, and this mother trucker is real life disowned. Like, he is disowned in Davenport, he is disowned in Chicago. Like, he actually is in his head trying to like instill fear into me, making me think that he is somehow safe, when no, he is not safe. He is actually a chomo. Okay? Fast forward from this point on. I'm in the 4th grade now at Monroe Elementary. This dude is sitting there laughing at me, pointing at me, trying to force me to do blank signs. Okay? And he was basically telling me, if you don't throw up these blink signs, you're gonna blank. I'm gonna blank you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I am very special needs. So when, especially at that young of an age, I don't understand anything of those natures. And I'm sorry, but I literally toughened up that whole entire school, literally talking about we ain't no bees. We not finna do what you want us to do. Like, we are our own spirits. We are our own people. We're not gonna listen to you when you're literally a bad mother effer. You're literally a bad person. Why would we sit here and listen to a literal bad person? He went around telling people how I'm some type of a transgender man. He made up rumors about me saying that. Okay? Fast forward about a week or two later, I'm in the bathroom at this point, going to the bathroom in the cafeteria. All of these things that he was doing has taken place in the cafeteria at Monroe. elementary. Around like 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. Well, basically, I had ended up spilling chocolate milk on myself. So I ended up going to the bathroom inside of the cafeteria so I could change. Gerald Anthony Kelly, decided to get up, follow me into the bathroom, and like on some really weird creep stuff, okay? And then he literally made me feel so uncomfortable about how he was bullying me my whole entire life that anytime that he's around me, I spiritually blink myself. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, any kind of blinking myself, I will literally do because of him. Like, he blinks my brain cells, literally, anytime that he's around me. But anyways, so he basically started laughing at me and having kids bully me and point at me, telling me how I liked that he walked in on me in the bathroom. This is Timber Bowman, by the way, aka Timber Sperry, Dylan Sperry's wife. Fast forward, I'm in the 6th grade now at Smart Intermediate. He's still pressing me with blank signs. Still trying to force me to do blank signs, okay? And still basically telling me he's gonna blink me and my whole entire family, this, and this. And I'm just like, nobody in my family but me does blank signs now, okay? And I don't even do it to like try to act like something that I'm not. I just basically do it really just so I could look cool because I had a lot of permissions from people from school, you know what I mean? Like women's rights, all that kind of stuff. But basically, he had told me, in the future, you're going to be pregnant. Nobody's going to believe you. I'm going to leave you homeless in the streets. I'm going to kick you out. Your mom's not going to believe you that I'm a blank stalker. He's going to stomp my baby out of me. And he's going to make 911 drag me around and also help him blink my baby. How 911 is not going to believe me over him because he's an undercover. So anyways, by the way, it is me, Timber Sperry, aka Timber Bowman, talking to you guys, reporting live at 6:33 a.m. in my house, okay? In the place that I am living in. This is where I'm reporting live in, guys. Okay? So I'm just letting y'all know. That's what happened. I'm a little pimp named Slipback. Fuck with me and find out. Fuck around with Keisha and find the fuck out. But anyways, back in the 6th grade and younger, my autism was way worse than what it is now. I was highly nonverbal. To the point that my school was literally teaching me self-made sign language. Basically, Gerald would literally tell me, Gerald Anthony Kelly, he also went by the name of Gerald Damian Kelly. Basically, kids in school would literally bully him and call him Carol Gelly. Like, literally, we would literally bully this dude in our school, and we would call him Carol Gelly because he's so fucking dumb, okay? And he also went by the name of Eli Manning. I'm not really sure what Eli Manning means, but he also went by the name of Eli Manning, which actually, that name actually kind of does sound a little familiar, like it sounds like somebody that maybe I have learned about in a history class before. But anyways, this Gerald Anthony Kelly character, aka Gerald Damian Kelly, would literally G-press me, would try to get me to say BB Lurkin 63rd, F Tukaville. I have no idea what any of these things mean. Like, I've tried Googling these things, I don't understand, okay? Like, it doesn't process in my brain cells at all, okay? He also had basically tried to get me, this was in 2016, he also tried to get me to say FKV, a music artist from Chicago. And he also told me that a music artist with the initials LD was involved in KV's disappearance. And I literally went around school telling people what this sick mother trucker was telling me. And people were like, Timber, we get that you are highly special needs, and we get that you don't know what you are talking about, honey. But that is not true. That did not happen. That man did not hurt his best friend, okay? So you have to really be careful what you're repeating to people, Timber. And I'm like, and I'm literally bawling my eyes out crying, and I'm like, well, he's literally telling me for me to say F this deceased artist in 2016. And mind you, I'd never even heard of any of these people ever a day in my lifetime. I'm not really a big rapper artist, like a big rapper listener. Like, I've never heard of any of these people a day in my life. And so I didn't know anything about this. So anyways, he basically started telling me, if you're a real thug, if you're a real thug, then you will go on TikTok and say F63rd. And so I did that. And then I hashtagged like Chicago, I hashtagged KV because I clearly wanted to look cool, you know what I mean? And he literally told me to do this. Gerald literally told me to do this. And some woman named Michaela claimed to be KV's sister, which I don't know if this was actually the guy's sister or not. I don't know anything of those natures because clearly I don't know that person. So how would I know if this is like a real person or if this is somebody that's like a fan page of the person and pretending to be this person? But this woman, she was like a dark-skinned woman. Her name was Michaela, or is Michaela, or said that she went by the name of Michaela. I'm not sure if this is her biological name or not. But, basically, she was telling me I need to be careful, and she was basically telling me that she was the guy's sister, and that she was basically telling me that I will forever be safe by Chicago. She was like, nobody's ever going to hurt you, honey. You are built different, is like basically what she was trying to explain to me without really trying to instill fear or instill the knowledge of me being special needs into my head, okay? And so time goes by. Gerald Kelly also tries getting me to say F all of my future dead brothers, literally. And he also would say things to me like, I'm going to murder anybody that you're ever in love with, anybody that you ever try to be in love with, which is why I have always kept my relationships off of social media. He would also make very, very uncomfortable comments to me talking about do you think you're better than Breasia Terrell? And mind you, Breasia Terrell is a little girl that is actually like my baby sister. We grew up together off and on. We did Boy Scouts together because we were the only two women inside of the Boy Scout program because our brothers were in Boy Scouts together at Monroe Elementary program. And she had ended up coming up missing because she was brutally murdered, okay? And back in 6th grade, Gerald had told me, and you're gonna think that you're better than her. And I literally looked at this sick mother trucker and I'm like, I'm sorry, I would never ever a day in my life think that I am better than my own little baby sister. That's literally going to be murdered in the future. So anyways, fast forward now. The military at this time had literally told him, my sergeant had told him, if you even get into Timber's life to hurt her or her family or her children, or to disown her into the streets, or to have her blank pressed, or to have anybody from Chicago hurt Timber, because you're going to have them believe you over her, knowing that she has highly special needs and cannot make this stuff up. We will blank you, is what they said, okay? Also, Gerald Kelly decided to take it upon himself to call 911 and literally pretend as if he was my father on the phone. He got all of my documents of my medical history and all that kind of stuff, literally telling the hospital, from the year of 2023 to the year 2026, don't show Timber her baby, she's a chomo, because it takes one to know one, because I called him a chomo. This is why he literally did this. He literally told them, because it takes one to know one, she's a bad person, she's ghetto, she doesn't know how to act, she doesn't know how to listen, she fights people, basically was telling people how I'm a racist and all that kind of stuff. And he literally had told them not to show me my baby because my pregnancy is a forced surprise because of Gerald Anthony Kelly. Sorry, I keep forgetting that his name isn't Gerald Damian Kelly. Sorry. But yes, this is all true. Fast forward, I haven't seen this dude in years, okay? Haven't seen this dude in literal years. And also, by the way, here's a little more details about what Gerald Anthony Kelly had told me when I was in the 6th grade, just so you guys can, understand, some type of, back history for those of you that might actually know this guy enough to believe my story, to believe my history, okay? My herstory. So basically, when I was in the 6th grade, he literally had told me that he literally bragged about graping his baby mom. I'm not sure if the woman is his baby mom now or not, but he literally said that she was a woman of Philippine descent, or some kind of outer race descent that's Asian descent, maybe some kind of an Asian descent woman. He literally bragged about graping her while she was drunk and getting her pregnant, by the way, to the whole entire school. That's exactly what he said to us all. But anyways, fast forward, it is now 2023, because mind you, I haven't seen this sick mother trucker in a long time. Also, back in 2016 when I was in the 6th grade, he also did call 911 to the school, and he basically told me that if I snitched on him to the police, that somehow I wasn't an UG, okay? So I literally was forced to not be able to get a no contact order on this dude, and the whole entire school was literally scared of him because he kept on claiming to be something that he is not, okay? I believe that he is an AAA member. Every time I turn around when I'm over at his house, all I get in my feed is inward this, inward that, inward this, inward that, ER this, ER that. And this also used to happen to me anytime that he would stalk me when I was a child, too. Both of these things would happen. And also anytime when he is around me, I also get these very weird ads and commercials about, if you download this app, you can find registered offenders, okay? Which is how I know for a deep down fact that he is an actual chomo, okay? And I've also been told by people that he likes to force the opinion on gay-looking women that they are somehow transgender men, and will force himself upon them and then speak up about how that man raped him. That's what he likes to do to lesbian-looking women, okay? Also, he had made the comment to me telling me, the day that I will be getting with your mom to make it official, I will be kicking you out of the house. You will be getting pregnant, and you will try to come back to the house, and we're going to disown you, and I'm going to have your mom disown you because you're going to try making up all these lies about me being a stalker, and I'm going to have your mom basically roundhouse you and put her hands on you over me. I'm going to have your whole entire family disown you over me. Mind you, I haven't had any of my mom's family members in my phone since 2023. Literally since 2023. Since a sick mother trucker had gotten with my mom. He also told me that he would blank press me out of the house, that he would scare my mental into not wanting to have any kind of safety. And mind you, I'm that type of person that has never, ever left my home alone. I have always left with a friend. If I've ever lived with a friend or stayed with a friend, I would leave with a friend for my safety. I have never left my mom's house alone unless I was going to a friend's house or to one of my cousin's houses. That was it. I've never lived homeless before. I have never done anything to do with being in the streets. Okay? Because I've always feared that this sick mother effing man would get to me and my children, which is why I always have a fear of getting pregnant, by the way. And I always have a fear of living alone because of these incidents. But anyways, the day that he gets there, I'm in my brother's room. I'm sitting on my brother's end of the bed. My brother is laying down on his bed, like sitting up against the wall, but his body is out on the bed, basically. And one of my brothers is sitting on the ground. My brother's girlfriend is on the bed. My brother's cousin is on the bed. And basically Gerald is literally leaning back on me. Okay, like he's leaning back on the bed where me and my brother are sitting, but he's like purposely touching his elbow to me. Like he's laying on me, basically. Like he's laying up all over me, making me feel uncomfortable. And also he said, I'm going to make your family think that you're obsessively in love with me. I'm going to make your family think that you want me. Basically he's going to get into my head and make me think that all these things that he's ever done to me is okay, so he can get away with hurting me, with trying to hurt me. Because if I can marry you, Timber, then why can't I be married to your mom? Is like basically what he's trying to instill into my head to make me think that somehow something is okay. But anyways, the day that he got there, mind you, we had these matching outfits that were literally sold at Walmart, and they said Snoop Dogg on them. He was like, oh, this means this blank, this means that blank, this means this blank, this means that blank. And he starts doing blank signs. And mind you, nobody in my family is even in a blank at all. Not that I'm even aware of, other than me, okay? And, so I literally start freaking out to my mom, and I'm like, this sick mother effer is the same dude. Like, Mom, I'm telling you. This is the same sick mother trucker. I'm telling you the truth. He is laying up all over me. He is literally blank pressing me. He is literally making me feel sick to my actual stomach, okay? And also, mind you, when I was in the 6th grade, I had ended up meeting his mom. I'm quoting mom because she actually disowned him. She wants nothing to do with him. And she's even admitted that she hasn't had anything to do with Gerald since before he even married my mother, okay? But anyways, basically all that stuff had happened, and then a little fast forward, we end up living in these apartments on Heatherton Street, by the Uptown Library in Davenport. Sorry, I just heard a weird noise outside of my door. I'm getting paranoid AF. It is literally 7:10 in the whole entire morning, by the way. And basically, he has known that I am pregnant because everything that I'm telling you that he said is in alignment to everything that has happened to me, okay? That he has done himself to me. And he's also trying to be like, but if you've been homeless, then how am I hurting you? If you've been homeless, then how am I hurting you? I'm like, I've never been homeless ever a day in my life. I have never ran away ever a day in my life. It literally got to the point that my mom kept on kicking me the freak out because of how badly this mother trucker would treat me. And he also told me that in the future when we live in Heatherton apartments that he's going to abuse me. He's going to abuse my brothers because basically he doesn't like us and like all that weird stuff. And literally he did abuse us all within like the first like week of us living in those brand new apartments in Heatherton. He abused all 3 of my mom's children, and at this time my mom was also claiming to be pregnant also, and he kept on getting physically aggressive with me and my mother, threatening to hurt us and to do whatever. And he also had threatened my mom, telling her, if you even try to leave me, I will blank you. So anyways, we're living at the Heatherton apartment, and when I was a kid, he also told me that he would force himself upon me and nobody would believe me. He also told me that he would rub his genital area on me while I would be playing video games. And the same day that he does this to me, he will be trying to stomp my baby blank of me. Okay? And, sorry guys. I end up having like a lot of PTSD when I talk about this. So sometimes if I go like a little like like when I'm talking, it's because I'm literally having PTSD. And right now I'm trying to like force my third eye to not have any visions about anything of these natures that he's done to me. I'm trying to just spiel it all out and just tell my truth, thick and thin. Like, I mean, fair and square. Sorry, not thick and thin. I don't know why I said thick and thin. I'm sorry. But anyways, this day, Gerald has been starting to act very, very, very weird to me. And mind you, for whatever reason, Gerald only thinks that it is okay to talk to me when we are alone. When I am the only person in the room, he will talk to me. When anybody is around, he refuses to talk to me up until recently. He would literally try cuddling with me. He would literally try hugging on me. But anyway, so this night is the night that I ended up going to jail for the domestic case against my mom's husband. And he had ended up breaking my wrist. And mind you, he knew that I am pregnant, and he still knows that I am pregnant, okay? And mind you, he also was aware that my mom was supposedly pregnant around this time too, but apparently she had a blank carriage, okay? I'm not sure if she was pregnant or not, but I did actually have a spiritual reading on her, and to my knowledge, she was actually pregnant, okay? I'm not saying this to take anybody's sides. I'm not saying this to try and sound cool. I'm saying this because that's basically what I got, but maybe I could have been wrong at the same time too. I'm not really sure if I was wrong or not. But anyways, I'm playing the video game, and Gerald decides to literally practically be all up on me. And he is literally rubbing his genitalia, I think that's what it's called, genitalia, onto my shoulder. He literally keeps scooching closer and closer and closer to me, grabbing it, moving it around with his hands. And then basically, I end up going into my mom's room telling her, this sick mother trucker keeps touching me with his wee-wee and keeps moving it around in my face. Like he's doing like the circle motion hip thing and like touching me with it. Like, yeah, literally being hecka inappropriate. So basically, after that, I end up going to use the bathroom. All of a sudden, all of the lights are out in the house. And he literally starts freaking the frick out, dude. Like, freaking the frick out. Like, starts getting hella aggressive. Starts literally acting hecka weird. And, like, he literally is threatening to harm my mom and her child. And I literally get out of the bathroom. I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, dude. This is literally the same guy. And mind you, I am 5 months pregnant at this time. And before this incident had even taken place, my baby was actually higher up in my womb, which is why I believe that I am pregnant with a woman, a girl baby. But after this had taken place, after my child had gotten into the rotation stage, my baby had gotten stuck side to side during the 5-month mark of me being pregnant due to the fact that Gerald had decided to threaten me, threaten my child's life. So, and he also was threatening my mom and her child's life. That was his supposed child or whatever of those natures. Basically, sorry, I'm saying basically, I'm having PTSD. I'm so sorry, guys. So, basically, we're getting into it, and he's like, hit me, B word, effing hit me, B, hit me. And I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, I'm trying not to get ghetto, like, I'm trying to just be a regular woman, I'm trying to just live my life and have my baby, and this sick mother trucker literally told me to hit him. So, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, since he's literally egging me on, something tells me that maybe he might not hurt me because he knows that I'm pregnant or something of those natures. And so I ended up just blacking out so badly that I didn't even realize that I like super freaking hard. Like, I'm pretty sure this moment had probably gotten caught on camera on the Heatherton Apartments cameras on the inside. Basically, I had ended up punching him as hard as I freaking could. I was so blacked out that I didn't even realize that he had ended up picking me up from off of my feet, body slamming me like he's literally some type of WWE wrestler onto the concrete cement. I ended up landing like on my knees with my butt up in the air. Very ironically, this was so weird how I ended up landing. And I landed on my left wrist, aka breaking my wrist. And I wish I still had photos of my wrist, but unfortunately I don't. I mean, there might be photos on Facebook. I can probably try and go see. This was my elbow area of my left or right arm, basically. I'm not really sure, but if you guys can tell, there's literally a huge bruise right there from the incident. Also, I had to wear this cast. I ended up taking it off literally like while I was in jail, and I ended up like massaging, like forcing my hand to open. My hand was so swollen, like I will literally show you guys with my hand right now. But anyways, my hand was so swollen that my fist was literally stuck like this. I could not get my hand to open for like hours. Like, I mean hours. My hand was literally stuck like this. And there was a bump from literally from here. It went up to here. Literally. It was a huge bump. Like a very huge bump. And I literally was in jail doing this. And I was like, Like, it was in so much pain. Like, it took me, like, hours and hours and hours and hours to literally, like, slowly start to get my hand open. And then I finally just started doing this with my hand, like, forcing it, and then it was, like, hurting like this. And I tried closing it, and it, like, I had to close it, like, so freaking slowly because of how bad, because literally how the freak bad it hurt. Like, how the freak bad it hurt. And mind you, that day I ended up telling 911. I literally told them, I said, I am pregnant, by the way. Which is why I was so confused as to why I had to go to jail over Gerald, because literally women's rights. Like, are you serious? Women's the freak rights. I'm literally pregnant, and you're telling me that I have to go to jail over Gerald going to jail? When he is literally a man. Literally. He literally is a man. Mind you, this is literally the month after that situation had went down. So half a year goes by, and it's around, I can't remember, like, what month it was that I was in my 6th month. This had to have been in, like, January or February. Like, a couple of months before my water had broke, by the way. So basically, let me try to, like, remember what I was gonna say. I'm so sorry. I'm having a literal PTSD brain fart right now. Sorry, guys. You guys, this is literally how scared I am of Gerald. I'm literally, laying on my bed, on the ground, and then I kept this little box spring thing right here. I barricaded the door. I don't even have a way to get to my clothes so I can literally take a shower today. Like, I literally effed up by not taking out my clothes before I did this, okay? Well, anyways, at this point, we had a no contact order, so we haven't seen or heard from each other in almost half a year at this point. Anyways, I'm just gonna get to the story time about, back to, like, the baby dad story, because around this time, this was March. I was practically homeless. I was living with one of, like, a friend or a relative. I can't really remember who I was staying with at this point in time. But all I remember is that my water had ended up breaking. And I remember what day it was because it was March 3rd. And I remember that it was March 3rd because one of my friends or family members had made the comment saying today's literally the Women's Rights March movement. Something about the parade for the Women's Rights March or something like that. So then remember, anyways, a couple of days went by and I tried getting a hold of the Cody guy. And all that stuff had taken place and went down. And then just recently, and mind you, I haven't been around Gerald literally ever since that had happened, okay? I've literally been bouncing homeless from friends' houses, from homeless shelters, from mental hospitals, because of how homeless I am. Also, what was I literally about to say? Sorry, I'm having a lot of PTSD right now, sorry. What was I literally about to say, guys? I was about to say something that had a purpose. There was literally a purpose. I'm literally being stalked right now, and I can feel it. Oh, yeah. So then anyways, that was all the last time that I had even seen Gerald or seen my mom or spoke to Gerald or spoke to my mom because I wasn't even allowed to have any kind of contact with my mom. But my mom kept on budging with me, talking about you're my daughter, I want to be in your life, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm your daughter, you want to be in my life, but you're still choosing the sick mother trucker that you were literally supposed to get divorced from literally the night that I ended up going to jail. And you're still married to the sick mother trucker, but you want to choose me over him? Okay. All right, fine, whatever. Danny. So then anyways, remember how the other day, like 4 or 5 days ago, when I was at my mom's house, Gerald had ended up forcing me to give him a hug while my mom was in the shower right before she ended up going to work. Basically, he gave me a hug talking about don't you just miss this between me and you, talking about me and Gerald, saying, I miss cuddling you. Don't you remember when we would cuddle and watch movies together? And I'm like, I ain't never cuddled with this sick mother trucker a day in my life. I've never even watched a movie with him ever a day in my life, okay? And also, he decided to assault me under my shirt, rubbing up here, underneath my thing, forcing himself to hold my hand, literally doing this to me, like, forcefully rubbing my head while telling me that he loves me, telling me that, like, while he's, like, pulling my hair, like, he's rubbing my head like this and, like, pulling my hair. Like, he's basically trying to make me feel, basically. And basically, he's gonna basically try and act like that girl tried to grape me because she's a man. That's, like, what he's gonna basically try to say. And basically, he also said that he's gonna try and lie and pull it off and basically be like, oh, I only knew what you were gonna say. And everybody my whole entire freaking life has warned me about this sick mother trucker. Like, everyone in my family, everyone in my family friends in school, by the way, everyone in my school. Sorry, I get so nauseous when I talk about this. Like, I literally can see him being blinked right now, and it's so sickening. Sorry, I literally get, like, very dizzy when I see things through my third eye. I'm not even acting right now. Like, I'm not even acting at all. Like, you can literally probably tell that I'm actually having real PTSD, by the way. Like, I literally have tears in my eyes, trying to fight my tears back, because he literally told me that if I cried, that means that I'm dying. By the way, he basically told me that if I cried, that means I don't get to live. Okay? Sorry guys, don't even remember where I'm at right now. I might have to rewatch this whole entire video. Oh yeah, yep. And then basically, while he was like forcing himself upon me, he literally was like, Timber, and like, it literally almost sounded like his voice was acting when he was saying this. He was like, I'm sorry for everything that I put you through, everything that I put your family through. I'm sorry that we had to ditch the dogs. I'm sorry about that day that we got into it. I'm sorry about what I did to you. Literally, as he is rubbing my stomach, my child, putting it in my face about how sorry he is and how he knows that he egged me on to hurt him first. And then he started basically kiki-ha-haing it, basically trying to make it seem like a joke, basically. So yeah. Like, you're done. Like, you're done, bro. You're done. Honestly, like, you is the fuck done, bro. Like, you is done. But, yeah. Yeah. And then what else did he say? Oh, yeah, and, like, when he was forcing himself to give me a hug while my mom was in the shower, he literally said, he was like, I have this feeling that you don't really like me that much, and he kept saying this while we were laying down, and he kept on being like, it seems like you don't really want to be close to me because you keep scooting away from me, as he's literally forcing himself to keep scooting closer to me, as he's literally telling me how he thinks that I look like I feel uncomfortable, but somehow he thinks that I'm at least comfortable with his comforting presence, is what he said. And I'm like, I am not comfortable with you. But he literally said that he didn't really want to touch me any because he didn't want to get.
Well, now that we're done with all that, back to her trying to get Steve Wilkos to get on the show with Steve Wilkos, because she seems as though she's trying to make her trauma her entire personality. And it seems as though even if it didn't happen, this is horrifying. Even if it did happen, I don't think you should exploit your trauma for financial gain or popularity or something of that variety, because that's exactly what she's trying to do.
I was like, no. Like, I'm literally like sitting there like this, like, disgusted the whole time, and I'm like moving over and you're telling me how I look uncomfortable with you.
I gotta respect the rawness of how she does things, but she also made another 10-minute video just talking at length about how she needs Steve Wilkos to do this and tag Steve Wilkos and all this other stuff. It's on her page. She just continually just wants a publicity about this whole situation. It's please see this as Steve Wilkos. It's a whole thing. She's tagging Steve Wilkos on the side over here. She's just tagging him and saying, hey, get TMZ, you know, before they were famous, come on now, get me on there. She's looking for any way to be famous in some capacity. This is Tim. I'm not gonna have you sit through this. I refuse to have that happen, because she's doing this whole thing. You're probably wondering who this girl is. To be quite honest with you, it's somebody she has beef with who I don't know. Every single piece of this is throwing me and confusing me. I am so wildly confused by every single piece of this. Also, on top of this entire thing, she also still is on Dylan Sperry. After she made the 5-part series about this entire thing, talking about Steve Wilkos, she made this video right here, talking still about, you guessed it.
What is up, you guys? So I am making some ramen noodles, and unfortunately, my microwave is so broken to the point that if you even put in the wrong time, it will force you to cook for that whole entire time before it goes out, before you can change the...
Amazing, outstanding dialogue, going crazy. As you can see, she's cooking for most of the video. This is great. This is outstanding.
My honey.
Now, this is the worst part about this. Throughout the little parts of her cooking, where she's talking about the food and Dylan Sperry, that is where you get actual information about what's going on. Now, I've watched this already, And I'm going to explain this. She's still talking about the wedding with Dylan Sperry and how she's going to be a better mother than the actual mother of his child. It's a whole thing. And it's just scary. It's just scary. Now, not many people know about this little side account she has where she continually posts updates and stuff like that. How she's talking about how she cremated her baby and all this other stuff. It's getting worse as time goes on. It's getting horrifying. She's in a hospital currently as of right now. As we can see, she has pediatric services. You can see her name, Timber Bowman, right here. She made a 10-minute video about this whole thing. She's in a psychiatric services and MDDU. It's a little horrifying thing. It is scary. It is very, very scary. Realistically, I'm more concerned about her mental health more than anything because there are people that are allowing her to do this. There are people that are on her side saying that I understand what it's like. They said I was crazy as well. And it goes on to the statement that I always say that back in the day, we didn't have all these villages interacting and all these crazy people interacting. It was only one guy to one specific village. But now all these millions of villages can interact with all the one guy. So we got a million people all interacting with each other that are the same brand of crazy, thus allowing this same brand of insanity to continue and fumigate throughout the entire sphere of the internet. Thus, even if they're getting a bunch of negative publicity, you're still getting publicity and people are still talking about you. It's getting horrifying and scary. Even me, I'm partially contributing to the nonsense that's happening right now, and I'm aware of that. I acknowledge that, and that's my cross to bear. This is scary. Let me know what you think about the entire Timber Sperry situation down in the comment section below. I think it's horrifying in nature. Well, that's been me overall, and I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my lover, slow. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride.